Hi, my name is Darren Stoddard. I'd like to talk to you about what I learned in the Tools and Techniques in Creativity class offered by Drexel University. I plan to show you how I use those tools and techniques to develop a unique portrait photography business. The key texts used in the course were Thinker Toys by Michael Michalko, which focuses on idea generation, and also The Idea Agent by Andreas Breiler and Carl Jonas Meichenek, which focuses more broadly on the holistic idea development process. The Idea Agent detailed the idea process, which I found to be a good model to use for the entirety of my project. It's clearly defined with steps that lead from identification of a need, idea generation, screening and development, enrichment, and finally, results. To frame my project, I'll start with a story. My wife Tracy was given the opportunity to work from home around the same time that she learned we were expecting our daughter Isabella. Tracy maintained this relationship with her employer for 11 years, working as her schedule permitted. 3 years ago, Tracy ended the relationship with the company. Now that Isabella is in high school and expressing the need for independence, Tracy has decided that the time is right to either re-enter the workforce or start a small business. Isabella attends Orange County School of the Arts in the Acting Conservatory. We've learned that participating in the theater arts requires an actor to have a current headshot for a multitude of reasons. Tracy took several photography courses when she was in college and would like to explore the art as a revenue generator. Between Isabella and her peers' need for headshots, as well as Tracy's interest in photography, it appears clear that there's a business opportunity. The real issue is that the portrait photographers are a dime a dozen, so how can Tracy build a viable business? The first step of the idea process is identification of needs. Using Maslow's hierarchy to review Tracy's needs, it's clear and fortunate that self-actualization is the goal. I found a list of 20 reasons to start a small business on entrepreneur.com and had Tracy identify the top 5 that fit her. Rather than stopping there, I used the 5 whys technique from the Idea Agent to uncover the need below the need, or the root cause. To work with those needs, I chose 3 idea generation techniques to highlight. Negative idea generation from the Idea Agent, direct analogy from Thinker Toys, and the Book of the Dead, which is also from Thinker Toys. Negative idea generation is both a fun and fruitful exercise. The Idea Agent suggests that it's a large group exercise, and I can easily imagine the possibilities there. The technique was very productive on a soul level as well, and that use should not be overlooked. I feel that in many ways the negative ideas are almost as important as the positive ones, and that some of the potential mines in the minefield are now very visible. Using the direct analogy technique, I asked Tracy what she liked best about Facebook, her preferred social media platform. I then used those points to launch into a new territory. As I began creating ideas, I focused on creating them one-to-one, but an ideator could easily create a stack of ideas against each of the analogies. One particularly effective part of this exercise is that Tracy, as the client or sponsor, provided a list of things that she already had affinity for, increasing the likelihood that the new ideas will be well aligned with her point of view. The Book of the Dead technique comes from a Stanford class led by Michael Ray and his teaching partner Rochelle Myers, and was documented in their 1986 book, Creativity and Business. The technique involves setting a business goal and then looking at a line of hieroglyphics to find the path to the goal. The blueprint Michalko provides in Thinker Toys does a good job of filling in the blanks to remove much of the hesitation and intimidation a first-time user of the technique might encounter. The Book of the Dead was great for me. It was very ethereal compared to the techniques that I've used in the past, and I tend to gravitate towards, which helped me stay in a divergent and open space far longer than I might have otherwise. For the purpose of this project, I advanced 10 ideas into the screening and development phase. The first thing I did was to ask Tracy to rank each idea 1 to 5 against the main reasons for starting a business, which were identified earlier in the process. Next, I applied some mathematical weighting to each of these reasons. Simply put, the first column is multiplied by 5, the next column by 4, all the way down to the last column, which is multiplied by 1. This weighting gave me the top 3 ideas based on Tracy's feedback. Visualizing the data using a radar chart, also known as a spider chart, was one of the recommended quantification methods in the Idea Agent. It's particularly helpful in that it allows the viewer to rapidly determine the strengths and potential weaknesses of each idea. The ranking and chart together helped me identify 2 of the highest rated ideas that could be combined to make an even stronger idea. It was time to move into the enrichment phase. I used enrichment tool number 4 from the Idea Agent which is called measurable. The tool required a level of specificity not previously required in the process, but without those details, the final result of the process, which can be seen in the middle of the screen, might not have appeared. Using stationary cameras around the subject and an auto-following quadcopter, or as they're commonly referred to, drone, to follow the subject through the shoot and live stream the entire session is a novel offering for a portrait photography business, and one that I believe strongly can be used to generate new customers. To wrap things up, I'd like to talk about how I've used the tools and techniques that I've learned in this course through Drexel to develop a unique portrait photography business. The identification of Tracy's needs gave meaning and purpose to the subsequent activities. Thinker Toys was an invaluable resource for techniques that fit my personality and experience, and many more that stretch those traits. The screening tools I learned helped move from a quantity of ideas to the quality ideas. Enrichment of ideas is where the true value is generated. Tracy and I plan to conduct an online survey with all of these ideas to let the customers choose which ideas are best. I sincerely thank you for your time and for your interest.